Hi there. Welcome to the Manifesting You YouTube channel. The purpose of this channel is to help you utilize the law of attraction and to manifest your best self. Thank you so much for joining me today. So if you haven't seen the introduction video, I do encourage you to see that, and that will be linked below. This is going to be a kind of a starting point for you. Obviously, I'm going to be starting the readings in the beginning of April, and you'll be able to take step-by-step approaches to help you. But this is just going to be a way to get that process rolling. So I wanted to just give you a little food for thought to kind of get your creative juices flowing. So some of you, after hearing that introduction about the law of attraction, might be asking, okay, it all sounds great, you know, manifesting my highest and best self, but it's a little lofty, it's a little idealistic. Where do I start? How can I actually start making this happen? So that's what I want to start with today. So we're just going to go over one step, the first step. And the step that we're going to be covering is, who am I? And I have a journal here, and I brought my own personal journal out so that to kind of give you an example of what you can do to help start you clarifying some of your own issues about who you are. And really, only you can define who you are. I know that society and our family, we are all influenced by, you know, external things, but at the end of the day, we have so much more say and power and creative ability about who we truly are. And that is what I want you to start tapping into today. So remember, only you can define this. Up to this point, you might have been influenced by many different things, but starting today, you have that creative power and potential to create who you truly want to be. And the reason for this, the reason why we're starting with this, is because the process of any type of manifestation is going to begin with our thoughts. So thoughts create things. Thoughts are powerful. It may not just be one single thought, but you know, thinking something time and again, it generates power and it has a creative force. It also might seem counterintuitive. For example, you might want to lose weight, and our natural inclination would be, well, the only way you're going to do that is to start eating less and going to the gym. What are thoughts going to do? You need to start taking actions. And yes, that can work, but if you don't address the thinking processes behind why you have gotten to where you are at this time, that's really the core issue. So you're getting more at the root of the issue. So when we go and address our thoughts, we are just turbo power. We are just creating from the root source, and you are going to produce those actions in a much quicker and more powerful way, and a way that's more lasting as well. So remember that even the proverb says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So even, you know, the Bible, it tells us that your thoughts create who you are. A wise man, a Chinese wise man said, at the center of your being, you have the answer. You know who you are, and you know what you want. And so that's the premise that I am basing this on, is that if you can take that time to quiet yourself, you're going to get more in tune with who you truly are. And this may seem, you know, at first I was kind of like, this is a waste of time, or if you're thinking that, let me tell you some of the benefits that this is going to produce. First and foremost, it's going to awaken you to great personal power within yourself that maybe you didn't know you had. You're going to get a stronger sense of who you truly are and who you were meant to be. And as you continue to grow in this process, you're going to be less distracted from your goals. So you're going to save yourself time, energy, maybe wasted opportunities, because you're already going to know who you are. So you're going to get to your goals that much quicker. And lastly, when you know who you are and you're grounded in that, and you know who your core self is, you're less intimidated by the forces around you, by others, by what, you know, peer pressure or society, because you've built up your own inner strength. So as silly as these simple exercises I'm giving you might seem, they're very productive. Take the time, even if it's 5 minutes, it's really going to pay off for you. So the first step I want you to ask yourself is, who am I? And you can write this in a journal. Who am I? And as I said, remember that you are the one to define this, because you are yourself. This is a time that I want you to start clarifying beliefs about yourself. And this is more of an idealistic self. This is your highest self. This is the person who, at your best, you believe that you truly are. And maybe you haven't attained this yet, and that's okay. Okay, there's no judgment here. This is just on a core level who you want to, like, I would say almost want to be, but claim it as if you already are it right now. So for example, in my journal, under question 1, when I ask myself, who am I? Some of the things that come to me that I desire for myself is, and I wrote these in an affirmative form, I say, I am vibrant and healthy. I am positive and optimistic. I am fun. I enjoy meeting new people. I am creative. I am smart. So those are just a few examples when I think about myself, and when I think about the best representation of who I can be, when I get in tune with my higher self, that's what comes to mind for me. So who am I is a starting point. And this is going to help you take the next steps. You might just get a few statements. You might get a whole page. Don't judge that. Just, ask yourself that question and start generating some ideas. And also, I just want to emphasize that this is really a choice here. You have a choice in creating who you are. You're at a starting point. You are an artist, and you have a blank canvas, and you can create the person that you want to be. So dream big. Think about who you truly desire being, and it's exciting. So this is really a God-given gift and power, and He's just waiting for us to take hold of it. And, I just have to speak for my own self. For a long time, I just waited. I waited for good things to happen to me. I thought that if I was a good person, everything would work out, and I did not harness my own power. I was afraid of my own power for a long time. And I think as human beings, it's so much easier to look outside of ourselves for power or direction from others. And so take these steps to really know that you actually have a God-given inward power that He's given you, and He wants you to use it. He wants you to utilize it. Okay, now the second question is along these lines, and this is also going to help define who you are, is what do I love? What do I love? And this is going to help you bring awareness about who you truly are as well. So, for example, and if you look under my journal, the things I wrote, what do I love? I love using my talents. I love nature. I love feeling alive and energetic. I love making art. I love being appreciated. I love traveling. I love learning new skills. So those are just some things I'm getting in tune and in touch with my personality and my spirit and the things that make me feel good. Okay? And go ahead and do that. What do you love? That's the second question, and this is going to help bring insight into who you are. It's going to help also when I define those things, so then I have clarity. It's going to help me identify the feelings that I want to experience. I want to experience feelings that make me feel alive, that involve traveling, that involve making art, which would be creativity, which would involve learning new skills, which would be things like feeling courageous and confident. So we're going to make a circle here. We're gathering clues like a detective about ourselves, and allow yourself the time you need to do this. If you need to, put the notepad down, take a walk. If you need to come back to it, but this is very important. If you're going to be doing this, the law of attraction and manifesting work, even if you've already done it before, today is a new day, and today is a new day to define who you want to be. This is the power is in the present moment. It's not in yesterday. It's not in what you accomplished yesterday. It's today. And so take that time to clarify what you're intending right now and define who you are. And the other thing I want to point out is this is going to change. It can evolve. Once you say I am healthy and beautiful, you might change what your intentions are 2 weeks from now, and that's okay. Allow that. Allow the process to unfold naturally. So, and there's also no judgment here, okay? If as you're doing this, you kind of hear negative thoughts come up, that's okay. Just allow that. Know that, you know, there might be a part of you that thinks this is silly or thinks this is hokey. Just be observant. Just be aware and continue to create and continue to have faith in the process. And remember that you're in a learning process. This is a journey. So, the reason this is so important before I start the readings is because if we do not have some clarity on who we are vulnerable to outside influences. It's kind of like a wave. You're a wave in the midst of an ocean. There's thousands of millions of waves around you, but in order to harness the power of that wave and not be tossed to and fro by the winds, you have to know who you are. You have to define yourself so that you can get some anchoring. And that's what I'm trying to help you do. It's a starting point. This is a starting point, and it's our inward thoughts. So let's take this time to create ourselves and not allow just to be tossed to and fro by the whims of other people or society or advertisements or the media. This is about you, and it's not a selfish thing. This is what you're meant to do. God created you to be your happiest and highest self, and I am so excited to be a part of this journey with you. And I look forward to our next video. I just wanted to give you some food for thought here to get you started. So thank you so much. If you feel inspired by this video, please like and subscribe, because I will be doing monthly readings based on the Law of Attraction Tarot, and also videos such as these to help explain you step by step how to get there. So we're in this process together, and have a wonderful and beautiful day.